Do you wish to know how to grow in life and truly progress? What is true progress? Is it just smartness? Or is it being more human and wise too? My name is Kapil Chhabra, and that question has stayed for me long. For me, true progress is growth with ethics, and it always begins in the mind. Every day in our life, we see fractals of reality. For example, a tree. The small twigs mirror the large branches, and together they form a grand tree. It's said in India, "Boon boon se banta hai sagar." An ocean is made drop by drop. These fractals also reflect in our inner world. It is said in our ancient wisdom, "Jaisi manosthiti, vaisi parasthiti." That means, as a person thinks, that's how the reality is. This also bridges our inner world and the outer world. As is said, as within, so is without. As we know that the patterns of our mind that forms the mental tweaks that shape our thinking and thus make and shape who we become and our reality. The problem is that in our today's world, we are obsessed with one metric, that is being smarter. From education to our careers, we are focused on one metric, that is marks, grades, or results. The consequences of this is that we have a larger reality, which is competition without compassion and achievement without wisdom. The solution that I believe is understanding the definition of true progress, which is growth in progress, with being more human and wiser and smarter too. This calls for a new way of thinking, which is called humanistic thinking. Why me? In my professional journey, I learned the three foundational pillars of humanistic thinking. Number one, courage. Number two, kindness. And number three, wisdom. Courage drives innovation. Kindness is the foundation for inclusion. And wisdom is a compass for maturity. With these three pillars, let's continue this conversation further. So let's talk about the three pillars. And before I speak about the three pillars, let me introduce you the transformative mantra that's the key for today's conversation, which is think with courage, act with kindness, and shine with wisdom. So going back to the three foundational pillars, pillar number one, think with courage. Courage is about being open for curiosity and asking questions. Then it is about having that courage to solution and create innovations. And importantly, to act with the right intention, even when it is uncomfortable. So these are the three key components of the pillar called courage. Let me share one story with you. As a young boy, when I just started my profession, I had a situation where I could not understand the features explained in the quotation, and I was in business development. Instead of keeping quiet, I raised my voice. Fortunately for me, my leaders were supportive. They listened. And we transformed that challenge into a collaborative effort to reframe our quotations and enhance the definitions of the features. This taught me one key lesson. Every voice matters, and some voices may bring significant insights also. The neuroscience of courage says, courage is not absence of fear. Courage is to act in spite of fear. Understanding the brain activity, it is the prefrontal cortex which regulates and overcomes the amygdala instinctive response to fear. So that's about courage. The pillar number 2, kindness. Act with kindness. Kindness has got 3 components as I understood them. 1, it's about generosity. 2, it's about compassion and empathy. So you interact with everyone with empathy. You feel about everyone with compassion, and you are generous. Let me share you one instance from my life. Early in my professional life, I had the privilege of working with an organization which challenged conventional hierarchies. I will always remember our lunchroom interactions where leaders will interact with anybody at a random table, and that act of kind communication, the kindness, created a feeling of togetherness which resulted in everybody feeling connected, included and valued. Getting back to the science, neuroscientists affirm that acts of kindness not only make us feel good, they generate neurochemicals in our mind that gives us a helper's high. This feeling of goodness also enhances our self-esteem and empowers us for meaningful connections. And now the third pillar. The third pillar is kindness. Wisdom. Shine with wisdom. Wisdom is not about only knowing. Wisdom is about how you apply that knowledge and think beyond what you have known. Wisdom is to have sub-pillars, what we call as the humility to have gratitude. It also has, apart from the humility for gratitude, it has a continuous commitment to learning. And most importantly, it has the virtue of forgiveness. What I learned is, early in my life, that forgiveness is the first step towards wisdom and maturity. Many years back, I had a situation where I had all the accomplishments, I had all the admirations, but I still felt disrespect or injustice from the people I respected and loved. And in a moment of frustration, I reacted and said something that led to losing those relationships. Later I felt, had I been wiser, I would have responded with more patience. And that was my learning. The neuroscience of forgiveness tells us that resentment creates hormones of stress, and that inhibits our ability to think clearly and respond effectively. Unforgiveness makes us feel like walking with heavy weights. Once we forgive ourselves and others, we are able to let those weights lie separate for us, and we become lighter to go ahead towards our aspiration and rise above. Thus, we need to appreciate that once we forgive, we have more clear thought process and we are more capable of responding with maturity, and that is wisdom. Now let me conclude. The fractals of reality also are about our internal world. The patterns of our thought, the patterns of our thinkings, courage, kindness, and wisdom are those mental tweaks that shape our thinking and thus who we become and the collective reality we live in. While living, I invite all of you to commit for one courageous thought, one kind act, and one wise choice made every day. Do you agree with me? Do you commit? If yes, raise your hands. Thank you so much. Together, our choices, our thoughts, our choices and our actions will build a better tomorrow, a greater you, and a more human world. With that, I repeat my transformative mantra. Think with courage, act with kindness, and shine with wisdom. Think, act, shine. Thank you. Thanks.